One more question for our members is, should our tax code be modernized? Our tax code, for all intents and purposes, the basis of it was created in 1967. So we're well over 55 years since that was created. There's been many changes to it as we move forward. We have incentive programs and many other things. But is it time for us to take a deeper look at modernizing our tax code to more accurately reflect where the priorities, where the revenue should come from, where we should try and make investments as a state into growing our economy, helping individuals? We often talk about property taxes and the need to balance those. And right now, where we stand as a state in revenue between sales, income, and property taxes, roughly $11 billion is collected. About 50% of that comes from property taxes. The other 50% comes from sales and income taxes. The recent changes in our income tax code have really made Nebraska competitive. But when you look at the amount of revenue generated from income tax, it's just slightly over 26% of the total revenue collected at the state and local level in the state. Sales tax, on the other hand, is just a little bit less than 25%. So are we competitive in that arena? That remains to be seen. Now, as we look at property taxes are going up over $300 million per year. So roughly, just slightly over 3 years, the property tax burden is going up $1 billion. Within that, agriculture pays roughly 23 or 24% of those property taxes. Residential property owners pay just a little bit over 50%. And commercial is right at 21%. And then we have a category called centrally assessed property, which is like your pipelines, railroads, things like that. Now, in the last special session, it's come up that there's a question as should we create more categories of property to be able to be more laser-like in providing property tax relief. Those categories that were proposed would be owner-occupied residential property, renter-occupied residential property, which leads me to ask or share with you that it comes to mind that with 45% of all the ag property in the state being rented, should there be a renter's property classification for ag land? I don't know whether we should do that or not, but that's up to our members to talk about. And so what we're looking for is not only how do we balance the tax code, but how do we modernize it so it's more reflective of our society today? And that brings us to the questions that we're asking our members to address. Does our policy sufficiently address what we believe needs to be done with the Nebraska tax code and system? Is our tax code structured in a way that enables our state's largest industry, agriculture, to thrive? What should be the priorities of Nebraska's tax system?